Today's video is all about first apartment tips. So we're covering anything and everything that I wish I would have known before moving into my first apartment and the things that I know you will find really helpful. So I'm gonna talk about everything from how I budgeted for my first apartment, the things that I completely forgot that I would need to buy, the best stores to shop at for cheap decor that looks expensive, basically anything that I know you'll find helpful and that I wish I would have known before moving into my first apartment.
I'm Sophia Lee. I'm a recent college graduate who is obsessed with turning her first apartment into a home. I'm taking you along with me and showing you my best decorating ideas, organization tips, and cleaning hacks so that you can make your apartment look Pinterest perfect while sticking to a budget. I'm here to help you turn your apartment into a place you will love.
The first apartment tip that I have for you is to plan ahead. And I know that sounds basic, so hear me out. One, I'm just an insane planner. That's my personality. I need to plan every single detail of my life or else I go insane. But also I was so freaking excited to get my own apartment that I would just spend hours planning and getting ready for it. So what I did to make sure that I had everything organized is I started a notes in my phone and I labeled it first apartment. So this was nice for a lot of reasons. The first reason, what I would do is I would basically anytime that I found something that I wanted for my apartment, I would just add it into this note. So this literally has every single thing that I want. And it was awesome because then I knew exactly the product that I wanted. So for any sales or Black Friday or Labor Day or I don't know, New Year's Eve, I could just go to my notes and then click on the different links and see exactly what was for sale. I didn't have to spend just time, I don't know, I just knew exactly what I wanted, so that made it super nice. Another nice thing about this was that I could share it with my mom and my dad, which was awesome for my birthday and for Christmas because they could see the exact product that I wanted, and then I wouldn't have to worry about them buying something that I don't like. And so once I would purchase something, I would literally write purchased next to the product so that way I would remember what to buy. And since I planned for so long, sometimes you forget the different things that you need to buy, and it's also really helpful for your parents to see to not buy you that if you've already bought it. The second tip I have for you is how to budget for the furniture and products in your apartment. So first, apartments are just really friggin' expensive. I would literally lose sleep thinking about how I was gonna afford everything and making sure that I could afford everything. So even on top of the rent and utilities, just buying all of the furniture and products you need for your first apartment, since it's your first apartment, you don't really have everything, can add up so quickly. So what I personally did, and you can do this however you wanna do it, but I had my boyfriend make me an Excel sheet. He's an accountant, so he gets weirdly excited about making Excel sheets, and I had him separate it out by room, and then I had a place where you could put the name of the furniture piece, the link to it, how much it was, and then it would add up everything on the bottom. And that was just so helpful because I could know exactly what I was getting myself into. And I actually have that Excel sheet able to download on my website, so you can use that same sheet that I use in your own apartment, and I will have the link for that in my description. But that was just so helpful and kind of helped me ease my stress since I would know exactly what I had to buy. The third tip is how to budget for the actual rent and utilities of your apartment. So we just had the Excel sheet where we would budget for the furniture and products, but then you have the actual rent of your place, which you for sure need to make sure that you can afford. So what I did is for the 5 months before moving into my apartment, and I do realize that my situation was a little different because I did live at home for the year before that I moved into my apartment, so I didn't really have expenses, but anyways, you'll have to make this work for yourself. So what I did was that the 5 months before moving into my apartment, I would put the exact amount that I would need for rent and utilities into a separate savings account. So that way, when I moved in, I had a 5-month buffer, which like if, you know, shit was to hit the fan, then I had 5 months of apartment payment to fall back on. And that just made me, I don't know. You can't tell throughout this video, I'm a very stressed person and I overthink every single thing. So that was just really, really helpful for me. And just like a side note, I personally didn't feel like my parents taught me enough about money. So I began listening to the Dave Ramsey podcast and I read all of the Dave Ramsey books, which I know a lot of people do not agree with what he teaches, and I don't agree with everything that he does, but I have to say, like, it just gave me a way, way better foundation. And when you move out into your first apartment, like, you're in the real world, and so it just helped me learn how much I need to put into savings and how much can I actually afford for an apartment and how to pay off school debt and just things like that. So that's just a little tidbit that I highly recommend in case you're kind of in my same situation where you feel like you need to know a little more about money. The fourth tip I have for you is where to shop for inexpensive but really cute home decor. So I shopped religiously at 5 places, and I researched every single thing in my apartment so intensely. I can absolutely guarantee you that I spent hours literally deciding every single thing. Like, I researched pots and pans like no one's business, plates, my bed, my mattress, my couch. I just read all of the reviews, all of the pictures, and I was like so intense about it. It's actually crazy. But these 5 stores, I mean, I just got everything from there. So I'm gonna start with the obvious ones and then move on to some of the ones that aren't so obvious. So obviously I got a lot of stuff at Amazon, Target, and Home Goods. So Amazon I love because you can kind of like sift through so many different products. But the reason that I really, really love them is for their review section, and especially for their pictures. Like, I just feel like I can get a really good grasp on every single thing that I'm buying from the review section, and it's just so easy to return things if you don't like them. Target, I mean, duh, like Target is the love of my life. I can find anything there, and it's just really, really cute, and I feel like it looks more expensive than what it actually is. And then Home Goods, I mean, who doesn't love Home Goods? So that's where I just got a lot of like random decor pieces, and that's obviously like really inexpensive. And then for the stores that aren't so obvious is the 3 W's. So we have Wayfair, World Market, and Walmart, okay? And maybe those are kind of obvious, but I don't know, I'm gonna break them down to say like exactly what I got at the different places. So Wayfair is just amazing because there's so many options, like literally pages on pages on pages of different products, so you can really find exactly what you're looking for. And then a little tip with Wayfair is that Wayfair has a ton of sister sites. So they have like Joss & Main, Modern Spaces, they have other ones too, I'm pretty sure. Make sure if you find something that you like, make sure to copy the exact name and then paste it into Google, because I've had times where I was gonna go buy something on Wayfair and I pasted the name into Google and I found it on Joss & Main, which is the same, like they literally take it from the same warehouse, and it was $60 cheaper. So highly recommend that you do that because you can save a lot of money that way. But yeah, that's why I love Wayfair. And then World Market. So I don't know if World Market is in the other places around the country. I'm in Wisconsin in the Midwest, and so we have World Markets kind of everywhere, but they're online and they just have such cute random things. Like I got my desk from there, I got my oil dispensers, my dish soap holder. I don't know, they're just little things that are really cute and they're priced really well, so highly recommend looking into that. Some of their stuff is too boho for my style, like they have a lot of elephants on some things, which if you like elephants then definitely check it out. But if you can sift, honestly you don't even really need to sift through it, it's just full of really cute things. And I'm gonna get my outdoor furniture from there too. So, and then Walmart. Okay, I'm gonna admit, I used to judge people that shopped at Walmart, and I blame that fully on my mother because she just put such a bad stigma about Walmart out there. But now I am a full-on Walmart shopper. You can get such good deals there. Things are stupid cheap, and it's just like a really, I don't know, I just like Walmart. So I got random stuff from there too. So I got my guest room bed from there, and it was like $150 for the entire bed frame. And then I got my nightstands, and my nightstands were actually baby changing tables that I just thought were super, super cute, and they were really cheap for large nightstands that are that size. So I turned them baby changing tables into my nightstands. But love Walmart. I sift through Walmart all the time, and it's just really good deals, and they have really fast shipping, and I'm almost positive it's free as well. The fifth tip is to make yourself a first apartment checklist. So I created this one for myself. You can download it on my website for free, but you can create your own that's a little more personalized to you too. And honestly, like, it's super easy to do, but this just makes sure that you have every single thing that you need for your apartment. You're not forgetting anything, and can just really keep you organized. So I swore by my first apartment checklist when I was moving in, and it just made things like way easier. So I'll include the link to mine in my description, but you can easily make your own and have it extremely customized to what you need. The sixth tip is slightly contradicting my last one, but this is just two random things that I completely forgot to buy for my apartment, so I thought I would just tell you in case you're also forgetting them. And that is a strainer for pasta or to like clean vegetables or whatever, and TV brackets. So my first apartment checklist that I made really did keep me organized, but those were just two random things. And the last thing, I'm telling you this, the last thing that you're gonna wanna do after you spend all of this money and you're moving in and you're overwhelmed for moving in is to realize that you need to go back to the store and spend another $65 on a TV bracket. So that's just a little something that happened to me. So that hopefully you will not have to experience that same thing. And Walmart has really good TV brackets, by the way, better than Costco. I have to say, I have two TVs in here, and my Walmart bracket was a million times easier to hang up than my Costco one. We're starting to wrap up these tips. I have two more, but my seventh tip is to make sure that you contact the post office and change your address and get your previous address mail sent to your new one. This did not cross my mind at all, and my dad reminded me to do that, and I put it off for a really long time because I thought you had to go to the post office and I was just being lazy. But actually you can do it online. It takes like 5 minutes. It's super easy, so that's just something to make sure that you do not forget to do. And lastly, my eighth first apartment tip is to make sure that you get what needs to be set up about a week before you actually move in. So I'm talking like gas, water, electric, and then also your internet and cable. So I got my internet and cable through Spectrum, and it took them about a week to get everything set up. So that would have just been really annoying if I didn't have internet for an entire week, which is such a first world problem. And I'm feeling like a brat saying that, but it's true. And then my gas and water bill, you just have to call them. At least this is how it worked where I'm living, and then you can get it set up to start on the day that you move in. So that's just something that don't forget to do, otherwise you're not gonna have water or anything the day you move in. That wraps up the first apartment tips that I think are really helpful to know before moving out. And I know a lot of those are common sense, but just keeping those in the back of your mind can make the moving process so much easier, and it can also make your apartment feel like home a lot faster as well. So if you have any more questions, or I don't know, I just want to like have anything to ask about your own first apartment, please comment them below. I would love to answer them and just help out in any way that I can. I know there are so many people out there that are like me that just like think about their first apartment and planning it 24/7. So I would love to help you with anything that you need. That's it for this video. Happy apartment planning.